Okay.
We're playing D&D.
Anyway, yeah. So, what is it? First off, all the music sounds from Syrinscape at syrinscape.com because awesome adventures deserve awesome music.
Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy Dean Breakfast Bowls, not official sponsor, but we sponsor them.
Begrudgingly.
Apparently, I don't know. I've never had one.
Oh my god.
I haven't either.
Hey, we're internet personalities now. We don't actually have to use, like, or know what products we sponsor.
Yeah, but they also don't pay us, so
Are we internet personalities, or
we're just giving random shout outs to Jimmy Deans.
Are we
Just
internet?
random
I know.
people on the
If we had a
internet.
marketing person, they'd be going nuts right now.
Are we just 6 idiots in a trench coat, though?
Where's the
Six
trench coat?
kobolds.
Where's the trench coat? Whatever.
The trench coat is the internet.
The trench coat's been in our hearts the whole time.
Did we talk about that as a group name before we settled on Panic at the Dice Roll?
We were
For
gonna
something
do.
else.
Yeah, we were talking about doing a separate show that was just like a let's chat show where we talked about DMing, and we were gonna call it Three Cold Bulbs in a Trench Coat. It was gonna be Keely, Travis, and I.
Steal that! Don't steal that!
Oh, well, you put it out there,
Nobody
and
stole it.
they're gonna take it.
Yeah, I mean we could still do that. I don't know if anybody would be interested in watching that. Anyway,
Oh.
kind of got off subject. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're playing D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I'm Tanner Sandrock. I am the dungeon master. These are my friends and players. Do you want me to introduce you? You guys want to just go freestyle?
No, you stopped trusting us a little
Who
while
are the
ago.
friends?
Yeah,
and who
because
are the
you got-
players?
If you have to ask, then you probably already know the answer to that.
Okay.
So free. Okay, this is why I
I'm
introduced
Travis.
you.
I play Monty.
There we go.
Oh.
Oh, I'm Keely, and I'm panicked
At the dice
at
roll.
the dice roll. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man.
Did you? I looked away for a second. I looked back and I saw Keely at the end of what looked like a dab. Oh, it was a salute. Oh. Okay.
I'm
All
Joe.
right.
I play Vodka Wild Speaker, and I killed all 3 of the bad guys last session.
That's so true.
Ooh.
I'm
Oh,
Curtis.
I am.
Single-handedly with no help.
God damn it, people! I was about to do something sweet and shit. I'm Curtis. I play Calder, and I want to say happy 10-year anniversary to my wife.
Ew.
Aw, I bet,
Gross.
I bet she really appreciates that.
Yeah, whoever she is and wherever she is.
I bet they're all
I
in
hope
love
she's
and
listening.
shit.
Oh, gross.
Nasty.
Oh, so sick.
Yeah. Yes.
Love.
I'm
What?
Ugg. I go last because I don't like interrupting people.
Baby. We know.
You're such a good man.
That's so loud.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, Og? Like perhaps the character that you play?
There's recaps.
Are there recaps? We don't have our shit together.
His name is Jimmy, Slinger of the Breakfast Bowls.
He played Tari.
And another small part of my soul dies.
He plays the Atari.
No, he played Atari.
All right.
One
Well,
Atari.
anyway, quick recap on what happened last time is you guys entered the caves near East Haven in search of the missing fisherman. Upon entering the caves, you guys encountered a water weird trapped beneath a frozen waterfall.
Did it?
Then you scaled that waterfall and encountered a giant, frost giant skeleton, and found out that the cave is the now frozen over hot spring that the frost giants used to use kind of as a ceremonial place to end their lives. When the frost giants reached a certain age, they decided it was time to leave the mortal plane. They would come here and they would perform their kind of ending rituals where they would submerge themselves in the hot spring. You found those remains frozen over, and as you ventured further back into the cave, you've encountered a ghoulish looking creature with purple skin and bulging eyes, standing over a cauldron, feeding the stew inside the entrails of some of the missing fishermen. As you guys tried to talk to this creature for a moment, the will-o-wisp that was at its side went invisible, flew over your heads, and got behind the group, where it then attacked and shocked Calder.
And it's on.
Does that cover everything, I think?
I do believe so.
All right. So
All right, time to die.
Murloc's gonna die.
we'll pick up at that moment. Switch over to the map. All right, so we'll pick up there. I think we still need to roll initiative.
Nope, we rolled initiative last time.
We got everybody but
I have
Sheltari's
I only
initiative.
Oh. And
Bang.
Oh yeah.
And I need to find Vaka. There she is.
Vaka, 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 vaka.
All right.
Nope, none of that.
All right. Okay.
Get the glow sticks out.
When we are on our break, when we're on break, Keely, remind me to tell you about the dream I had surrounding Floof and Vaka. It was very intense.
Oh,
They were camping.
it was intense. Okay.
Say the sacreds were high, but they were in the ground.
God damn it.
How many strikes is Travis on now?
I don't know, but I'm on fire like fajitas in a Dutch oven.
In a French.
In a French oven.
Oh,
In a
God.
Heard it?
French oven.
Oh shit.
Damn, she rolled high.
Oh, that hurt.
my bad.
Here.
Yeah.
Here. Oh no.
Sorry. Accidentally closed the chat window or the stream. I gotta reopen it.
Oh, there.
There we go. Okay. Back up and running. Alright. So, yeah, you guys hear this loud kind of clap of thunder behind you as you hear Calder yell out in pain as this small little glowing ball of light reappears next to him and sends a shockwave through him as he was trying to hide back behind here. With that, the creature standing over the cauldron, now filled with human chunks, laughs out at you, and this loud cackle.
Oh god.
She says, "I will be eating good for the next few days."
It'll only take her a few days to eat 6 people.
And she's going to run up here.
You see that? You see that mouth?
This isn't even her final form, Joe.
Shaltari.
What?
She runs up here in front. You get a good view of her gross, bulging, like milky white eyes. And I need you to make a wisdom save.
Does she sound like Yoda to anybody else? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Yeah. That's the one.
Okay.
On innards, I will gobble.
Gross.
Shaltari,
Okay, cool.
you drop to 0 hit points and fall to the ground.
Why?
You
Stop
guys
making
watch
yummy
as
noises.
she kind of runs around the edge of this cauldron and she stares at all of you. She locks eyes with Shaltari, and you see his eyes just go blank. And he collapses on the stairs next to you.
Why?
What kind of humbo mumbo jumbo?
It's
Shaltari,
really
as you
unfortunate.
As you collapse to the ground, as things go dark, you hear that familiar voice that spoke to you the last time this happened. And it just says, I see you, Shaltari. You cannot run forever. Calder.
Alright.
This is too long.
Ooh.
Sorry, I think.
Let's see, I got 2 spells. Okay. Calder is going to bonus action cast. I don't know why I did that on myself. That's not how that's supposed to work. Zephyr Strike on himself. So we won't get attacks of opportunity made against him moving out of enemy spaces, and my speed is moved up by 30 feet and all that jazz. Let's see.
Just a reminder that the scaling on this map, each of these squares is 10 feet.
Yep.
And you guys are currently kind of like not clipped into the grid, so
go 10, 20 feet away, and then also going to, you know what, just for shits and giggles, he's gonna grab from his quiver one of those arrows of Moradin, knock it, and I'll use the Zephyr Strikes, part of Zephyr Strike to give me the one and only advantage roll with this spell. Woo! Right onto the wisp. So 19 to hit.
19 will just hit.
Holy shit.
Shit.
Alright. So that'll be 16 with that. With another 4 fire damage on top of that. And Murder Crows for 24 damage.
24 damage. Yeah, you think that this would just destroy this wisp. But you see it absorbs like most of that damage. And just kind of flickers back at you.
Ah, fuck. Alright, that's
As that happens, Floof, as you watch Calder attack this little ball of glowing light, you feel this kind of rage boil up in your chest at Calder. And you feel this pull to both protect the Will-O-Wisp and to stop Calder.
Yay.
No.
Is he fired yet?
Vaca.
Nobody else has applied for the position.
He pays for it.
Oh,
I can't do
gosh.
anything about it.
The sugar cane of her sound effects.
It's like the boss's kid. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Vaca is going to move over Shaltari, but as she does, is going to talk to Floof and be like, help Shaltari. And is, oh, wait, can I move? Yes. And I'm going to step to this ugly bitch with her bulgy eyes and enter my last rage.
what's Vodka's movement speed?
30. That's 3 squares.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I can count.
Can you? You won't. Come down here and stop me.
Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna enter my last rage. And first things first. One of those for my wild magic. Magically infuse one weapon of your choice that you are holding till your rage ends. That weapon damage type changes to force. and it gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If the weapon leaves your hand, it reappears in your hand at the end of the current turn. So my axe now does force damage,
You can throw it.
and I can throw it.
Tasty.
And I am going to smack at her. Oh, damn
No,
it.
Oh God.
8 will miss. So you come running at her, go into a rage, swing your axe wildly. She, like, more quickly than you think, ducks out of the way and cackles at you.
I growl back at her. I'm gonna throw you in your own cauldron!
Yeah, she just Yoda laughs at
again?
you.
Oh no, don't! I don't like it.
The sacred text. Hold on just a second. I have to read something real quick. Shaltari, can you whisper me a death save?
Jesus.
Again?
Oh, Floofer.
I think we need to keep Shaltari alive challenge.
Yeah.
Not hugging.
Alright.
You've gotta fight the feelings, Floof.
Fight the feeling.
Let's see. It is the Wisp's turn. It is going to beeline at Calder.
Of course it will.
Gets right up in your face.
What is joke? What's so funny? Floof has FOMO.
And it's going to try to shock you once again. A 20 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
for 7 lightning damage.
God.
Floof, which side of the square are you in?
He's in the.
Are you up here
close, right.
next to? Okay.
I'm right next to him. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having trouble moving it precise.
No,
there.
it's fine. So at the beginning of your turn, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh. Okay.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh my god.
So seeing
I have
this,
I have inspiration.
do
Is
you?
it from you? Yeah. It's clicked. So I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Oh, Floof.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
All right. So seeing this horrible vision of this creature that seems to have just stared Shaltari to death and is evading all of Vaka's attacks. Its putrid purple skin and eyes and bones in its hair. You feel this sense of dread kind of filling you, but somehow you dig down deep and you find some kind of resolve and you shake away the fear.
It's a fear effect,
It would have been a fear effect, yeah.
but I am brave.
Oh, well then
Oh, so
keep
just
your
Take the
inspiration.
inspiration. Yeah. Ah.
I am little and I am brave.
However, you do still
That's
feel
surprise
this,
fire.
but can I have you make another wisdom save against this rage building in your chest against Calder for attacking the Will-O-Wisp?
Can I cash in my inspiration?
You can, yeah.
Oh my god. No.
There you go.
All right, so
I saved Tari.
yeah, so as you look away from this hag and at Calder, you feel that internal struggle within you to defend the Will-O-Wisp, but you fight back with saying that no, Calder is my friend. You're able
Lord.
to kind of repress that urge. Okay, go ahead and take your turn.
First thing I do is this scamper on top of Shaltari and just kind of kneel on his chest and start slapping at his face to see if he's breathing.
Are you gonna try to stabilize him, or what's
yes,
going
I'm
on?
gonna try to stabilize him.
All right, medicine check.
I
I thought that was gonna be a 3.
All right, yeah. You as you get up on top of him and you're testing, you feel that his breath and his pulse are incredibly faint.
Yes.
Almost like he rolled a nat 1 on his first death save.
oh god.
And
'Cause I was gonna.
and you are able to kind of bring him back from the edge of death. Shaltari, here in this blackness that you're in this unconscious kind of dying state, that voice, that kind of laughter from who you know to be Levistus begins to recede. Monty.
That's just my action, right?
Oh, yeah, that's your action. Did you want to do anything else? Sorry.
Yes, I think so. I think I want to look at Kaldor and I say, Kaldor, no! Bad!
I'm fucking sorry.
That's it.
All right.
Tears all frazzled. Love it.
Monty.
Monty takes a quick glance at Chaltari and at his empty vial potion of healing that he already spent on Floof. So, should have been patient with that one. And he'll step around and can I get a save from the hag? I want a mind sliver. Intelligence saving throw.
2.
That'll fail. Alright, so 1 psychic, and then let's quicken and twin a mind whip. As Monty just lashes out with his hands in both directions. Psychic tendrils like a tentacles and whips whip out at both the hag and the will-o-wisp.
What the hell?
So that her save's a disadvantage, the will-o-wisp is a straight roll,
All right, she gets a 13,
which is the DC. Fuck my ass.
and the will-o-wisp gets a 12.
Aha!
The will-o-wisp will take 12 psychic. The hag will only take 6. The will-o-wisp can also only make a movement, an action, or a bonus action, and can't take reactions.
So as this whip of psychic energy lashes out at the will-o-wisp in front of you, Calder, you see it kind of flickers and blinks and fizzles like a fire dying. As this small piece of quartz kind of falls on the ground in front of you.
Just poop a little quartz.
It did. Oops, little quartz. And it is gone. And then she takes 6. Anything else, Monty?
That'll be all.
Vaca, can you please make a wisdom saving throw as she stares at you with these milky white eyes?
Oh no.
Okay. Wisdom.
Hey, don't fuck this. Don't.
Oh, damn it. Thought it was going to be 17. Never mind.
Vaca,
You have anything that can say that?
you fall to 0 hit points.
8 times she can do this. How many?
Fuck.
Can we drop her concentration?
I don't know if that's the case.
You
As
said she did
Vaca
take damage from me, so
as
she
Vaca
does have
fa-
to make a con save.
She's not concentrating on anything.
Okay, cool.
As Vaca, you fall unconscious in front of her. You see she kind of skips back behind the cauldron.
Like la-di-da?
Yep, called her.
Great.
1 second, I'm reading something real quick. Calder will move up to here with Monty. Would you say she's underneath like a half cover or 3/4 cover right now? The hag?
So this cauldron is like 10 feet in diameter, as well as being like about 10 feet tall. So yeah, she would have half cover. She's kind of crouching behind it.
Bueno. Because sharpshooter lets me ignore that.
Why did you even ask?
Well, because I wanted to make sure. And just so everybody at home knows. Alright, so Calder will knock another arrow of Morden. And he will fire a shot. Fuck.
Yeah, that'll miss.
That's my turn.
So you see an arrow clanks off the side of the cauldron as she laughs once again.
You don't have any bonus actions or anything that?
I mean, everything is kind of dependent on
Wrapped
me
up.
being like actually hitting something.
Vaca, can you whisper roll me a death save?
Okay, how do I do that?
So, what is
GM
it?
roll.
Yeah.
So on your sheet, there should be a public or a 2 GM selector at
left.
the top.
Oh.
Click 2 GM,
Okay.
Right above inspiration in your AC.
and then click
Yep,
death
I
save.
see that one. Oh.
Please do not die.
Okay. Shaltari is unconscious, but stable. Bloof.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you know what? Just because I think it's really boring to just be unconscious and stable on the ground, Shaltari, go ahead and make a death save. If you get a nat 20, you can pop up with 1 hit point.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
Floof.
It's okay, hello.
You just, so as you turn back around, after yelling at Calder, and you watch as Vaca falls unconscious to the ground.
No. Did we short rest, since our last fight?
I
Yes.
believe we did.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
Good.
Yeah.
Then bonus, I do, shifting. I will go full floof. And I look at Shaltari, and I pet his cheek, and I say, okay, good. And run over to here. And I will do the same thing because it worked so good last time.
All right.
To,
Oh.
try and make sure she doesn't die.
All right. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
But I have shifted. This is a wisdom-related check, so I get advantage. Sorry, forgot to click that.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah. The kind of the little small barbarian rage that you've learned from Vaca over your travels, now that when you floof, gives you the anger to push through and actually stabilize Vaca. Vaca, you're
I take one of the melted stew chunks in my bag, and I waft it in front of her nose.
Vaca, you are still unconscious. However, you're no longer dying.
Because it smells
Hooray!
so good.
So you're in the same position as Shaltari. Monty. Or sorry, I keep doing that. Floof, is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's my bonus action and action, so no.
Okay. Monty.
Monty pops out a different potion. He's got one shot, Chaltar, and make it count. And he will pass the bottle over and administer it to Chaltar, or not Chaltari, Calder. Sorry. And Calder goes invisible.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Don't let her look in your eyes, he says as he runs around the corner here. Out
You
of
just
sight.
like run past Calder and just like pop a stopper and jam it in his mouth and keep running.
Yeah. Also, Calder has been mixed with just a little bit of whiskey to help it go down.
Yeah, help it.
She
go
made the
down.
yummy noise as soon as you said that.
Anything else, Monty?
Nope.
All right. She's going to peek out from behind the cauldron, seeing the only one standing is Floof. Floof, she's going to glare at you, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Is it the fear?
It is not.
Oh,
It is a death glare.
okay. Shit. It doesn't apply to saving throws.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. Hold on. Nope. She's actually going to run at you. 5, 10,
Okay. Yes,
Thank
come
God.
to me.
15.
But there's gotta be some kind of limit, right?
Yeah, she's going to run at you, and she's going to claw attack.
Okay.
And rolls 2 nat 1s.
Nice.
I'm too shifty.
Calder, it's your turn. So you see as this hag looks out and charges at Floof, clawing at Floof dodging out of the way. You are invisible.
Okay. So since
Monty
I'm
just
invisible,
gave you some whiskey.
does that give me an advantage on an attack roll then?
Yep.
Yeah, because you were hiding, technically.
Okay. So he'll kind of crouch down a little bit more, try to take a steadier aim, and he'll pull out a arrow of Morden again. Come on, baby. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. So that'll be 17 plus another 3 of fire. So that'll put it up to 20, and then murder of
shit.
crows.
You're going to be real mad when I say this. I forgot. You have to make a wisdom save at the start of your turn. Being
I
this
have
close
to?
to her, yeah.
Shit.
Oh.
21, you're good.
Oh.
So you're good.
Okay. So
So all that
let's see.
still goes through. So 17,
20, and then another 3
33.
from the birds. 23. Ignore
23.
the second sharpshooter.
Okay.
23, and then could I get a strength saving throw from her?
Yeah.
She's got to beat 13.
Strength save.
believe.
She gets a 19.
12. She's got to beat 12.
She gets a
A
19.
19?
Yeah.
Budge! Alright. And then Calder is going to move back and over by Sheltari and end his turn.
Yeah. So as you come, so you knock an arrow. You're invisible, and fire it at her. Your invisibility kind of shimmers away as this arrow goes straight into her side, exploding with that fire from the arrow of Moradin. As the birds also attack her at the same spot, you see she goes like kind of stumbles back, enraged and hurt from that. Anything else?
Nope.
All right,
That's all I
Vaka,
can do.
can you make a just roll a d20, and if you get a 20, you pop back up with 1 hit point.
Okay.
Do.
Oh!
Oh, bitch.
Shaltari, same thing.
Chunks for everybody.
All right, Floof, you've already succeeded on the horrific appearance, so yeah, you are not frightened.
I never will be by the likes of you. Okay. She tried to attack me, so I get to try to attack her. So I'm going to get my war pick in one hand, my rock paper scissors club. I think I reset it. In the other. I'm gonna take my regular attack with the war pick.
16 will hit.
Good.
5.
Yes. And then offhand. So that'll be my bonus action, right? It's an offhand attack.
Yeah. And then you
15 to
don't
hit.
add your
Yeah, I have it listed
Ability.
as offhand.
yeah. 15 will hit.
Okay. Sorry. Click.
For 4 more.
For magical bludgeoning.
Nice.
Yeah, so Floof turns around, war pick in one hand, the magic club in the other, and just 1-2 quickly strikes into her as she's like tries to hold her hands up to defend herself. Feeling
Pulse raised.
that the tables have turned slightly, and you see she's a little more shaken. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? Can I action surge?
You can.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do it.
And I'll take another attack with my war pick.
Oh,
That will hit.
Just get an 8.
Come on.
Just do it.
Come on.
5 more.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. With that, you see. So you hit her 3 times, each one landing and dealing significant damage. She drops down to one knee, and she looks up at you and says, "Please, no more, no more. You win, no more."
Yes, more.
Whoa.
Says, "You can have
Oh
it.
shit.
You can have it plus more. I can bring you more. I know treasures. I know where they're at." Monty.
Monty will
Oh,
step
Monty
around
hears
the corner.
treasure and comes out of his hiding.
He's gonna give a sharp whistle to get her attention. So can I get a save against Mind Sliver?
All right. You heard that too, Monty. By the way, you
Oh,
have heard
sure.
all that. Are you still attacking her? Or?
So getting this in at least.
All right, she gets an 11 or 10 on her intelligence save.
10 our intelligence save.
Yeah.
Alright. Then Monty's gonna cast Calm Emotions here. Quickening it with his last sorcery point.
Okay. Is it a wisdom or charisma?
It's a wisdom, or no, it's a charisma save. Disadvantage.
Good thing you slivered her, because she would have
Huh?
crit on it, but she got a 7.
Yep. Well, she is no longer hostile towards us.
Just
Better keep your word.
Just very afraid. What about Floof? Floof also has to make that save.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna make a save.
Charisma
for
save.
Charisma.
Charisma?
Yeah. Monty's trying to magically calm you.
Remind me, does my scar affect that?
Not this,
that's
no.
checks.
That's just checks.
That'll fail.
Alright, you are no longer hostile towards the sea hag. Just a second
start
here.
talking.
Give me a second.
You see my fur just starts to slowly settle down.
Yeah, and Monty will approach and just say, start talking or you're going in the soup. I will body you myself.
Yeah, so it's her turn. Yeah, you see she drops down on both knees now with her hands raised, and she says, if you leave me, let me live, you can have the cauldron, and there'll be no more from me. You'll never see me again.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, she is very frightened, and she is telling you the truth.
Or better not.
And she looks very hurt.
So eating a lot of, individuals. Saying.
Calder, what do you do?
Right now?
Yeah, so you see that, because your emotions were not calmed. You see Monty comes out there, mind slivers are quickens a spell, and you see kind of this aura. I don't think there's any visible thing to calm emotions, but you see as he kind
Only
of
the
does.
slight smell of tobacco.
You see he does. You see him cast a spell, and you see Floof, who is full floofed, full of rage, just goes kind of calm and kind of indifferent to the situation. She's still on her knees, terrified, because I don't think calm emotion. Well, it would suppress frightened.
It would end frightened, yeah.
Yeah, so you see, like, she kind of goes calm as well, despite being, like, hostile and then scared a second ago. What do you
Kind
do?
of worried.
She
Knowing
just said that
that-
she'll give you the cauldron if you let her live.
Knowing that Elliot likes to do fucky things, understands he's doing a fucky thing, but he's gonna let it play out. So he's just gonna knock an arrow and have it aimed at her, and he'll just ask, "What does the cauldron do?"
She kind of looks over at you standing there over Sheltari's unconscious body and says, it's a magic cauldron. It's a cauldron of plenty. The cauldron, let's see. If water is poured into it and stirred for 1 minute, it transforms it into a hearty, hot stew that can provide one nourishing meal for up to 4 people per gallon.
Why is it always stew?
But water into food would be a pretty good, especially in a place where people are sacrificing people.
Oh, are in.
After she says that, Calder's just kind of gonna look over at Monty, waiting for a signal.
Alright. Go on, get it. Don't want to hear about any of your shenanigans again.
You heard her too. She mentioned a different treasure as well.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys heard me.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
shit. No, then,
I did, but I don't care.
what else you got to sweeten the pot?
She says, I know where the treasure from the White Lady is. That's the one they said sunk into the lake.
Talk?
Speak quickly.
You're pushy.
Monty. I'm putting my stuff away, wiping off my war pick.
Got a minute of concentration on this.
I'm trying to read, Travis. Let's see. She says, it'll take me time to collect it, but if you meet back here at midnight, I'll leave it right here.
Gotta throw an insight on that one again.
Okay.
Yeah, so will Calder.
Floof says, okay, goodbye.
Yeah, she seems to be telling the truth.
Alright.
Actually, hold on. She says, not wait here in the cave. She says, wait in the caves until midnight, then head north along the shore for a mile. You'll find the chest. I'll leave it there.
Say get.
Yeah, she kind of does a quick look at all of you and then turns and runs around this corner. And is gone.
Calder will relax his draw and unnock the arrow and put it back into his quiver.
That was weird.
Right, let's get our friends up and fight in shape, shall we?
Oh! I go back and I sit on Shaltari's chest again and I say, Dari, wake up.
Shaltari or Vaca?
Shaltari.
Okay. Calder will go over to Vaca and...
You guys should see if
He'll-
there are any polar bears to heal.
yeah. He'll use his last spell slot to cure wounds on Vaca. So, 1d8 equals my spellcasting ability. So that'd be 4. So Vaca, you get 8 HP back.
Okay.
And Calder's gonna go back over to where that wisp fell, and I'd like to pick up that quartz.
Yeah, so first off, you go over and like kneel down, and this curing energy flows from you into Vaca. Vaca, you're able to open your eyes again. You just feel weird, like your head hurts more than anything. She didn't like physically attack you, you just looked into her eyes and fell over. But you look up and there's Calder, his mask, kind of staring down at you.
Yeah, his mask would be down.
Yeah, Vaca will swing her arm around to like grip her axe again. Be like, ugh. Where is she? Where'd she go? It's a dirty trick. Vaca sees no glory in staring someone to death.
Monty thinks it's a cool trick and wants to learn it. But Monty makes his way over to the pot and puts both hands on the rims and just stares down into it. I imagine in the roiling, like one of the eyes sort of comes up, makes his gaze before sinking back in, and he's just standing silently over it.
Dari. Woohoo.
What y'all want? You use the only healing slot on the not healer.
Calder will pass by Floof while Floof is slapping the shit out of Shaltari, and he'll hand Floof the other health potion. Be like, here, let him drink this.
I started to almost drink it.
No.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, into Shaltari's mouth.
Okay. Start just jam it in there.
Yes.
And
Room
what was
for-
it? 1d8, right?
2d4 plus 2 for
Oh, yeah,
healing.
it's-
So I think I don't know. We were talking about this the other day. I guess how do you guys feel about this as far as a homebrew rule with potions? That if you spend the entire action to consume the potion, you take the maximum benefits from that potion. However, if you take the bonus action to consume the potion, then you roll for it.
Okay,
Yeah, I like
I'm
that.
down with that.
So in
I like full action.
In combat, if you choose to, you can use a bonus action to consume a potion, and in that case, you'll roll for it to see how it heals you. But if you decide to take your entire action to consume the potion, you'll gain the entire healing benefits from it.
Your entire action to consume it or to administer it.
Either or.
Okay, because you can only consume it as a bonus, right?
No,
Or can you
so
administer it as
the normal rules for potions, all potions, is it's an
Yeah.
action to consume. So this would be a special homebrew rule or whatever. It's a table rule specifically for healing potions, not any other type of potion, but just potions that do healing. You can either
Okay.
do the normal where you take your entire action to consume it or to administer it, and in that case you get the entire healing benefits from it. So if it's a health potion, it's 2d4 plus 2, you would get the full 10 hit points. However, if you want to do it quicker and do it as a bonus action, that's when you roll for it. But then it frees up your action to do something else.
Does
Yeah.
that only work if you're consuming it for yourself, or does it work if you pour it down someone else's gullet?
I think if you're pouring it down someone else's gullet, it's the same. You can either do it quickly and make sure you get, or you can do it quickly and just like haphazardly throw it in their face, and that's when they would roll.
Well, that's what I did, so...
Or you can make sure they
mean-
drink all of it, which is the action, and then they get the
Yeah.
full healing benefit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you think that's
Yeah.
fair rule?
I like that.
It makes potion use easier for the in-game.
Yeah. And I mean, then there's the decision of, do I take the time to waste my action to make sure I get the full benefit from this healing, or do I just do a quick heal?
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
all right. So for some reason, Calder hands this to Floof instead of just doing it himself. Floof then drops half the potion on the floor, and half of
I
it.
mean, no, like a third is all over Shaltari's scarf. at this
So,
I'm
either
sorry.
way, please roll for it, Shaltari, since you didn't get the full effect of the potion. And Calder, I don't know, you handed a open glass instead of a sippy cup to a toddler. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Right. So most of it, you got more than half in Shaltari's mouth.
The rest is just, decoration. But then I go like this with my hands, and then I start rubbing his hair to make static electricity because I think it's gonna help him wake up.
Shaltari, you wake up, kind of opening your eyes as you hear that kind of very distant, kind of receding laughter from Levistus finally fade away. And as you open your eyes, you see Floof sitting on your chest, rubbing your hair, giving you like a partial noogie.
I lie back down.
I shock you. My finger. Oh, okay. This is good juice. I get off and scamper over to the cauldron
And we
out
get
of
some
curiosity.
kind of, I don't know, a megaphone or something so I don't have to be in the front when I talk.
What was that?
Calder, as you walk
Aw.
over there, you pick up that small, rough piece of quartz off the ground where the will-o-wisp fell.
Just like, does it look damaged, or is it just...
It just looks, yeah, it just looks like a piece of quartz.
I'll walk over to Sheltari. How you feeling?
Tired.
If you look at Calder, you see he's just cinched the fuck from getting shocked. He's like, I feel you too. And he'll just put a hand out to help you up.
What happened?
She looked at you, and she looked at the speaker, and then you both dropped.
I meant to her.
Calder's gonna just look over at Montgomery.
His back still turned to you with his hands braced on the side of the cauldron.
Mr. Montgomery, you care to explain that one?
He's unresponsive.
Poke him with my static.
Vodka will stand up
Monty.
and walk over to the pot.
Yeah, as you walk up to the pot, Vaka, you can see that it is filled up near to the just a couple inches below the brim with this hearty stew. However, you can see mixed in are chunks that are human. And also next to the cauldron is a big black like rock table that is covered in a couple of the fishermen's remains. And the first thing I think that you are gonna hit from the sight of it is probably being a little bit disgusted at how good it smells.
Ugh.
Cauldron of plenty. Oh god.
And Monty's just staring at this boiling, brewing cauldron of soup.
It's just kind of
Yeah,
simmering.
he's
It's
got
good
a
simmer
white
going.
knuckle
Human
grip
remains.
on the side of it.
You do notice
I
though
did-
that the side of the cauldron is very comfortable to the touch and not too hot.
I did poke him with a little bit of static shock residue. Just a little. And no response. Vaka. Monty is broke.
Baka will the smell of it and seeing the remains and other remains and clearly the effect that it is having on Monty. I would like to try to push it over. Spill the cauldron.
And if I see you do that, I'll probably help you because I just kind of go
Mhm.
along with it.
Let's see this thing.
Surprisingly, Monty joins you in that.
So this cauldron,
Hmm.
let's see. The cauldron is made of thick copper that has turned green with age. It is 4 feet wide, has 3.5 feet, has a mouth that is 3.5 feet in diameter, weighs 50 pounds, and can hold up to 30 gallons of liquid. It's sitting on top of this big stone pedestal. Embossed on its bulging sides are images of satyrs and nymphs in repose, holding ladles. The cauldron comes with a lid and has side handles. It sits on 5 little clawed feet that keep it from tipping. So you see Vaka kind of walks up and looks at first the cauldron and the stew inside, looks at the table next to it filled with the remains, looks at Monty with this 1,000-yard stare just looking at the contents, and she grips the edges of it and begins to pull or push on it. And as she does, Floof joins in, and then so does Monty. And the three of you tip it over and spill the contents of it all along the floor until it's empty.
Then I go.
And yeah,
to
Vodka will kind of like hold the side as it spills, and like all the remains and things come out the side. And she'll like kind of like put her hand on Monty before turning to the rest of the people, to Shaltari and Calder. When we go home, we will tell them they drowned. He kind of just looks around for confirmation that that's going to be the story we stick to.
Monty's gonna start like with a low chuckle. Goliaths always do come up with a story quick for this kind of thing.
Wow, you're
Kind
gonna
of
get a
thing.
weird, like, side eye from Vodka.
He's
I
kind
didn't
of
hear the
thing
first
is
part of
And
what-
Jack
Monty's sentence.
said everybody else was suffocated.
but not is true.
I want proof.
Alright, quick timeout. Iron Jack was the Goliath that worked with Montgomery.
Yeah, and was trapped in the mines with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's other people in there?
Yep.
Okay, I'm having a Joe versus Vodka idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the meantime, Floof goes around completely oblivious, goes to the big puddle, and starts kicking snow with their back legs to kind of bury it.
Yeah,
Very
Vodka will
smell.
look down at Monty and say, stories that revealed the least pain can be good. But you're gonna get a look from Vodka.
Look, TM.
And she's going to leave it, but Joanne fully thinks that Monty and Iron Jack ate people in the mine.
Monty's
But that's
just gonna
okay.
grab a rag that's already very dirty and just wipe at his face because with an 8 of strength, that was very that was an exertion for him to help out there.
Beltari's right. They're going to
Ooh.
want proof. We might want to at least take those patches to identify them. That they're from
You do also have their fishing boats, which were left out
Mhm.
in front of the cave.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sea hag told you tomorrow night at midnight to walk a mile north of here to get that chest of gold.
Well, it seems like we're done here. And
We can take the cauldron back, too.
You know
Why?
that
why would we do that?
this cauldron. So this cauldron, I think I shared the notes with you, but I'll just read it for you. If water is poured into the cauldron and stirred for 1 minute, it transforms to a hearty, hot stew, which can provide one nourishing meal for up to 4 people per gallon. It holds 30 gallons. It can provide 120 meals. The stew remains hot while in the cauldron and cools naturally after it is removed. The outside of the cauldron remains safe to the touch despite the heat of the stew. The cauldron can do this 3 times a day. It then ceases to function until the next dawn, when it regains all its uses. So once a day, it can produce 360 meals. This thing is beyond valuable in this current situation, where
Yeah.
people are
Especially because of the
starving.
Bush Cassidy stirring a cauldron fan art that we will get if we get it back to the end.
or yeah,
I cannot deny.
you can use it for your own profit, or you can sell it, or you can
So,
open a soup kitchen. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
and who told you this?
Just behind a mask, Calder's gonna look over at Elliot.
Hag did.
The hag did. Before what?
Before we killed. No. We did not kill.
Or let her go before she struck me down with a gaze.
Kill this person?
Right. Let's get back to town. And I start hobbling back the way we came.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
How long until midnight?
It's midnight tomorrow.
So right now, so you guys
Mm.
came out here, you left. So you left town a little bit, kind of late morning. It took you a couple hours to get out here. Then you guys went down into the caves, did some stuff, and then short rested. I would say it is probably late, probably about 10 o'clock in the evening. So you would have to wait a full 24 hours, well, 26-ish hours to come back here.
And
But-
it's loud in this cave too.
It is loud in the cave, yeah.
Is it still?
It is, yeah.
Hmm.
It's not as bad back in this room. Like, you're way far back in the cave. You're kind of past the source where the wind is coming from.
We can sell the cauldron to East Haven. It'll do them good. The money will do us good.
Is that a town we wanna do a favor for?
It'll put us back in better standing.
We can decide when we get closer.
Well, either way, I'd rather take the cauldron with us.
How wide is it?
It is
3.5 feet diameter, 4 feet wide.
Okay, so this is a
Weighs
grossly
50 pounds.
oversized picture.
Yes, yes, it is.
Well, then in that case, Floof is just going to start dragging it.
it's 4 feet wide. It weighs about
Okay,
50 pounds.
I drag it by one handle. I am strong enough, but I am very small compared to this.
It weighs 50 pounds.
Now that it's empty, yeah, it's only 50 pounds.
Yeah,
Start dragging it.
Vodka can carry that.
Yeah,
So
so you
you
see
rope it?
Floof kind of dragging it. You walk over and grab the other handle and just kind of pick it up.
Yeah. I imagine that Vodka will pick it up kind of like overhand, and Floof is probably just dangling, holding the other handle.
Helping.
I'm helping.
And you
Nice help.
follow Shaltari.
hmm
What are the Monty and
Of course.
Calder doing?
Is everybody kind of marching forward?
Yes, I go.
Calder's gonna look at Montgomery and kind of do like a point to his head, then point to Calder's head.
It's a signal.
Yeah, Montiel. Got something to say?
How are you gonna explain we're gonna get the white lady's gold tomorrow night? As Calder starts following in suit with everybody else.
Yeah, Monty will walk alongside you silently. I mean, we can either go for a midnight excursion with just the two of us, or we can let everybody know. You got a feeling from the temperament of that lady, she's not going to take kindly to us trying to pilfer it.
Or we're gonna have to tell them. And then he'll just think back to you. You're a strange fellow, Mr. Montgomery. Not all bad, not all good. I'd rather have you walking with me than walking behind me with a blade in my back.
Yeah. By the way, I would have told you to shoot her if she didn't have any extra treasure.
Was waiting for it.
Right. Monty and Calder follow the other three out of the room as they recede. The little lights that had illuminated the room when you were in there begin to go out, and the darkness, that eerie, soft silver light, just kind of hangs over this gruesome scene that you left behind. And you guys make your way back out to the mouth of the cave. As you exit the cave, you can see it is... Let's roll on the weather chart and see what the weather is.
Please don't be trash.
It's
Please
a
don't
sucking
be trash.
blizzard.
It is
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
As you exit, you feel immediately the wind just tearing through across the lake. It is 80 degrees below zero.
Jesus.
Oh no, my snot is icicles.
Your eyes are icicles.
So
Nice.
all creatures, so due to the extreme cold, all creatures must make a DC 13 con save, DC 10 if they have cold resistance every hour, taking one level of exhaustion on a fail. You know it's about a 2-hour walk back to East Haven. You don't have to make it right now, Floof.
Oh,
This is after
Okay.
an hour of walking into it. It's not, you literally just like turn the corner and are headed out, and you can feel the oppressive cold outside.
let me just nope back inside.
think
How long of a trip was it to get here?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Can do
But
it.
but we're going to have to climb all the way up this. No, wait.
You could get
We have
the
boats.
fisher's boats and make your
Yeah,
way
we
back
have
to town. It would probably only be an hour that way. Otherwise, you go back and then camp in the cave.
Yeah, just camp in the cave.
The whistling meant we couldn't take a long rest in there.
In certain parts of it, the place that you left, the place that you found the cauldron, you could take a long rest in. It wasn't too bad. And there are other parts of the cave that you haven't been in yet.
Snuggle with a hag.
I have a hard time imagining this. Whatever that thing was is going to last long in this anyway. I say we wait.
I agree. That's a safer bet.
Let's see.
Do the boats have a lower deck?
The
No,
robots.
they're
Oh,
just
yeah, they're
rowboats.
Oh, they're rowboats.
They're just like
Okay.
little fishing dinghies.
Dingies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, there are portions of the cave that you have yet to explore. If you want to try to find a place that's not full of human remains to rest for the
That'd
night.
be ideal.
Yeah. Here,
I'm
actually,
tapped out.
you know what I'm gonna do, since you pretty much right. Can you see the whole map now?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So since you pretty much kind of knocked out all of the major threats in this cave, I'll just say, knowing that the cold outside, yeah, the wolf. You will know, like I'll say, because this cave is pretty much separated from the others. Kind of just you guys kind of exploring around, walking through the cave during your long rest and stuff. You know, just say Calder. You notice the tall tale signs that this is a direwolf den. You know, you just tell everybody to stay away from it.
Yep.
But the other places are free of any kind of threat. So,
Interesting.
yeah, up here, you find probably the best place to rest. The quietest is this spot here in the middle. However, let's see. Some of these rooms are kind of cool, so. So this room back here, it's just got ice-covered pillars, and you hear this is the main room where the wind is coming through.
Vibrating off the pillars to make those noises.
Yep. And up here in U3, or up here in this spot, you see this cave has ancient stick figure drawings carved into the northern walls. See.
What?
It shows depictions of frost giants wading up the river to a cavern that contains the hot spring. And then it kind of depicts that ritualistic suicide that they would do. But yeah. In the room that you guys camp in, see the cave contains an abandoned campsite. You see the charred remains of the campfire, and you find 3 torn out pages, only partially burned, from a journal written in Dwarvish. Written on the loose pages are the anonymous dwarves' musings about the cave complex. Characters who examine the pages find a couple noteworthy passages. These caves are sacred to the frost giants. The carvings on the walls suggest the giants came here to drown themselves. Did they use the hot springs as a sacrifice pool? ? The wind truly sounds like a wailing woman. One could easily go mad in its place. I think there's someone living in these caves. Shortly after discovering the hot spring, I heard what sounded like a granny singing. When the song ended with a shrill laugh, dread sunk in like teeth. Oh, ye gods, that horrible cackle. I shall leave these caves in the morning and never return.
Oh, goodness.
Alright. You guys camp here for the day. Not for the day, but for the next 8 hours or so. Let's see. Eventually,
Is that hit dice time?
it is.
Nah.
No, you
It's a
just
couple things.
heal back.
Full rest.
It's a long rest,
Oh.
and it's level up time.
Oh,
Oh,
Not prepared.
Yeah, I'm not prepared either.
You should always be prepared.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. Everybody leveled. Everybody ready to continue.
I'm just playing around with some spells, but yes, otherwise.
So you guys find this small cavern within the cave that had been used as a camp by, it appears to be, a dwarf at some point. You can't find any remnants to let you know who it was, but you can guess how they met their demise here in the caves. given the 3 remaining bits
In the
of its
pot.
journal next to the campfire. But you guys camp here for the night, healing up from anything that you guys want to discuss tonight, or do you guys want to kind of just move on till morning?
Well, Og's gone.
Sheltari is
So we're
sitting in
gonna sleep.
yeah, Sheltari's passed out in the corner immediately.
Can't.
We're sleepy.
But yeah, I don't want to deprive you of a roleplay opportunity, but if we want, we can just jump to morning.
Vaka might want to talk to Montgomery about his Iron Jack comment.
Yeah, go. Roleplay it up.
Probably when people are sleeping or when they have a moment of quiet to themselves, Vaka will be kind of holding her growling bear mask, contemplating things about Goliath that have left the clan, something she had vowed never to really do because they're either not looked upon very fairly or not talked about very often, and the only 2 that she has encountered have turned up dead. Either the growling bear in the cave and this Jack fellow that is friends with Montgomery. So that is what is going through Vaka's mind as we are healing and spending some time in the cave. How does she want to approach it?
Wait, what did I miss?
This is the long rest
You're
is happening
asleep.
now, and I just asked if any discussions anybody wanted to have, and so sometime during the night when you guys are either exploring the other parts of the cave, or resting here in this room, when Vaka finds a moment to talk to Monty alone, Vaka approaches Monty, and what do you say?
I'll put my mask kind of back on there. And she has not a disgruntled look, but this is not something that she is good at. She is not really a talker, evidenced by pretty much all of our interactions thus far, especially with Montgomery. Hmm. Yeah, I have no freaking idea.
You got something on your mind there, Laka?
Yeah, so Vaka just like walks up to you with this look, and just
Makes a
yeah, just like you could tell that there's something that they want to say, but they just
Yeah,
can't seem to
there's
figure out how they
something
want to say it.
bothering-
She's just staring at you, Monty.
You said your friend was good at stories. I'd like to know what happened in the cave.
You want the story of what happened in the cave?
For my people, it's important that we remember those who are gone for their deeds, for what they have done, and that those stories are told. It will be easier for the families of these fishermen to think that they have drowned, not ended up in some hag's cauldron. But for Goliaths who leave their home, they should be remembered for the truth.
Yeah. was something in those caves with us. Something that, truth. You want the truth. Alright. There's something in those caves that was making men turn against each other, and could have thought it was just hunger, as hunger was a thing. But it was something more. Jotham was the first to lose himself. Started yelling, saying we were all watching him, waiting for him to die. His leg had been broken. I'd be lying if I didn't say we were waiting for him to die. After that, it went downhill. Bodies piled up, and well, we had to use them. That's when Jack told me. It seemed like the two of us were the only ones even remotely sane. He said, well, you said that families deserved peace. Didn't need to know what would happen. Let them think they died swifter. Well, yeah. That's why we did the things we did.
Vodka will kind of look slightly unnerved. And just for context for me, would it be correct for her to surmise from this conversation that you and Iron Jack ate people to survive in the mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Vodka will kind of look a little unnerved. And that kind of straight, blank face that she has.
Monty will quickly add, look, what that lady did back there, that was for fun and for sport, cause it was, you know, like she said, it was cause she could. We did that to survive, and I don't think there's any pride to be taken in that.
Yeah, Vodka will remember the white knuckles on the cauldron, and that Monty, with his 8 strength, helped to push it away. And we'll just have not a smile, but we'll put her Goliath hand on Monty's shoulder. And in a moment of like quiet solidarity, just share, thank you. This winter, this cold does things to us all. And surviving another day is something you should be proud of. Stories we tell. And we'll kind of like pat your shoulder and step away.
Yeah, once Sokka turns away, you see just Monty sort of fingers the banjo pick, and then mumble under his breath, and questions we don't ask, and he'll just go about campfire activities.
Baka is formulating in her brain narratives.
Is there any other conversations that you guys wanted to have in the caves tonight?
Well, that depends. Is Calder doing anything with that bit of quartz he picked up?
Calder is currently kind of like, seems like he's restlessly napping right now. Just kind of a lot of like subtle body movements, and all that. So I mean, you can wake him up if you want, or let him sleep.
Doing anything with it at any time?
Anytime? No, if he just had it in his... Last thing you saw was just he put it into his pack.
Oh no, sir. The last thing I saw was a hag staring at me.
Oh.
Oh, that was after you woke up that he put it in his bag.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I collected it after you woke back up.
I guess, Floof, you would also feel, speaking of this quartz, a tug in your chest that you should probably have it. Like,
Okay. And as I'm like scurrying about, kind of trying to pick over this campsite to put things in my little pouch, at one point, when they start talking about it, I immediately just kind of wander up and listen and watch curiously.
Having a tough time sleeping this evening. He just kind of like leans over, like just right into your field of vision. Calder.
Oh. Oh. Sorry. I had those dreams again. You know, the
Ones with the
hey,
birds.
you died and you see things again and all that.
Any more details to them?
I just... Oh, went over the same stuff they taught me last time. My masked ancestors. This time we, instead of learning in the little grove, it took me more out into an open field. But it was tall grass. There was a beast I'd never seen before. It was like if you crossed a horse with like a bull and a bear all at the same time. Like, just looked like the ultimate predator. And they looked at me and they pulled up their masks and they told me to do the same, like, you know, go like that. They started just mouthing at me, but I could understand every word that came out of their mouth. They did it in common, they did it in Elvish, they did it in Dwarvish, they just... all the languages I could just understand, I could read it. So it was like... you know, they just taught me how to do it for hunting. Just to communicate silently. And then all of a sudden, just the call of the crows came, and then that was you standing over me, asking if I'm having a hard time sleeping.
Your ancestors seem like they never wavered in their duties, did they?
I don't know, because it's not like I get much time to talk to them. They just sit me down and just start teaching, and I just listen. Always starts the same though. I just see a wolf in a storm, and then the wolf grows hungry and dies, and then crows swarm over it and rises up into a shape, and that shape is me. Without fail every time. That's how it starts. And then we go back over all the lessons, and then I learn something new. And then the cause happened, and then I'm awake. Don't know if it's comforting or just a cruel joke.
This whole time that this whole conversation, he's at some point, Sheltari would have tried to, like, you said there were like veins or like glowing stone of some type that is kind of lined these caves. Is that right?
Yeah.
At some point,
there was so basically what you had found out is there's like this quartz and stuff that's like bedded throughout the rock here that is highly reflective, and any kind of light that is gathered at all, it kind of creates this eerie silvery glow.
So
even in like incredibly low light like you're in now, it still creates a glow.
yes. So I would have wanted to try and gather some of this.
Sure. Yeah, you would have been able to, especially like if you borrow Floof's pickaxe, you would have been able to get some of this rock with this quartz that kind of flows through it.
So, like, during this conversation, he has his like tools out. His tools kind of like rolled out on the ground as he kind of like sat down next to you and just listened. He's just absentmindedly like working with these stones, like, you know, small hammer, small chisel, like chipping away, making like small discs.
Floof is sitting there and watching you do this, just like sitting and watching you chip at it and stuff.
Have you ever heard of the tale of the sleepless nights, Calder?
You want me to roll history for that, Tanner? Just for shits and giggles?
That's up to you. That is on
I guess,
you thing.
is it more local folk tale then, Sheltari, or is it...
Sounds like
Probably
you
not.
need a refresher.
Okay, so then... No, I can't say that I have.
They say that old legends spoke of the stars within the constellation having once been knights that were oath-bound to a king who never slept, never wavered, never stopped. Reflecting on this, some say that those born under that constellation are incredibly reliable, display a great sense of loyalty And as he says that, he kind of finishes like some etchings in one of these like crystal discs and removes glass from one of the scopes on his like sextant and replaces it with one of these crystal discs. Says, I think I'm starting to learn more about you, Mr. Soulblade. And I hope that in doing so you learn more about yourself. And just starts working on the next one.
Seems like I learn a little bit more every time I close my eyes.
Speed increase.
But
Imagine though how self-aware you'd be if sleep came easier.
who knows?
You seem very interested.
What is?
What is what?
What is you do? What is you do with big rocks?
These?
Yes.
Well, I'm hoping they will understand me, or they will help me further understand myself.
Thank you, please. I hold out my hands.
Kind of do quick, like take a quick inventory, and then he just kind of takes one that he like a unetched, just blank one that he had already finished, and just does it seem familiar in some way? You seem drawn to it.
Keep asking. These?
The only response that you get is the other one, the one the human has, or half elf, the one the half elf has.
I just wordlessly hand it back to Shaltari. And then I go over to Calder. And I start poking around at his pockets.
What do you want, Floof? What do you need?
Rock.
Oh. He'll reach into his pack, pull out that quartz.
Okay,
This
thank you,
rock?
please. Thank you, please.
Why do you need it, Floof?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, please.
I'm gonna need a little bit more than that, Floof.
So if you kind of think inward, Floof, and like, why do you need it? The response you start to feel is this mixed twinge of nostalgia, kind of longing, and like it's like it's kind of just a bittersweet sadness, and like and you also kind of twinged with a little bit of anger, like this person doesn't deserve to have it. Like, it should be with us. It should be with me.
Me.
Say that again.
Is for me, please.
Who said it's for you?
Remember. To remember.
To remember who? Family?
Family, yes. Family.
Kin. Yes, kin. Yes.
What happened to your kin, Floof?
Fire took them.
Sorry to hear that. And he'll hand the quartz over to Floof.
And I hold it right to my chest.
As you hold it to your chest, you feel this kind of warmth from your chest, and you also it's this weird, sad mix of nostalgia and longing for what was lost, and a little bit of peace to be close to something like it again. But the sense of relief that you thought you would get by being able to hold it isn't really there. But you still don't want to give it up.
Wander off.
Oof. Wait.
What? What?
Back in East Haven. I heard you perhaps talking in your sleep. You were saying that you were sorry about something. Do you still speak with your kin? Can you hear them? Do you hear kin?
No. 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 I do not have any more. Only Floof has friends.
And where are they? Yes, okay, please.
Yeah. So as you notice that Floof kind of points to everyone in the cavern, and then finally points to their chest.
Who's there?
Say again.
Friend.
Who are they?
I don't know. Who are you?
No answer? Say again, maybe a little closer.
He's sad. Is there is my friend and is also me. Is also Floof.
Well, perhaps your ancestors can help decipher that when you manage to find sleep.
Floof, as they're kind of asking about, who it is or what it is when you point to yourself, you get the kind of feeling. It's like, hold the quartz up, hold it up, and I'll show them.
I show you. Okay.
As Floof kind of holds the quartz up in the palm of their hand, you see it begins to kind of flicker and spark. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, it begins to kind of flicker and spark, and it begins to glow. And as the glow begins to brighten, it lifts out of their hand like the will-o-wisp before, but you see it's not very steady, and it flickers, and you see Floof begins to kind of get woozy and kind of unstable, and just as they're about to fall, you see the stone flickers out again and lands in their hand, lifeless once again, as Floof kind of is able to gain their footing once more and take in a deep breath. You can see that was physically exhausting for them.
Okay, I will sleep now.
Why? You do that, friend.
Okay, goodbye.
Night. Calder kind of shoots a glance over at Sheltari, like, what the fuck?
I crawl all the way into that sleeping bag at the very bottom. And go to sleep.
Have you ever seen Floof do magic before?
Outside of stringing together a comprehensive sentence, no.
Feel like we might want to ask Faka about this.
I wait for the little one to go to sleep first, though.
I think they already are. Do I hear little Floof snores?
They're snores, but they're not little. Loud Floof snores.
Loud wheezing.
Some kicking inside the bag as Floof dreams.
Yes, I'm running in a field.
So, what were we doing? Oh, yeah, so we had some revelations, some conversations. Vaka learned that Monty had to resort to cannibalism when he was trapped in a cave-in for an extended period of time, of which he was the only survivor. And you guys discovered that Floof can make rocks glow. But, yeah.
Yeah, who knows what that's about? I mean, like, it's just no idea.
Yeah.
This is where we take bets now, whether or not we get to the end of game and still not know.
I mean, okay, so when the rock began to glow again, it retook the form of a will-o-wisp before it flickered out and then dropped dormant in Floof's hand. And the entire time that the will-o-wisp was back was when Floof became incredibly weak. And then Floof curled up in the sleeping bag and passed out.
And he's snoring very loud.
And I just continue etching and carving and until Vaka gets back.
Baka gets back.
In which case we inform you.
You'll see her look over at the snoring, moving sleeping bag and just kind of smile.
I don't seem terribly concerned.
About what? They are sleeping.
No.
Oh, wait, you tell her what you saw?
Yeah.
Yes. No, you just show up like, hey, Floof's sleeping in that bag.
Oh,
All right.
okay, whatever.
Good night.
Sure.
Good night.
Monty walks in
Nerd.
halfway through and he's just casually like, "Oh, you mean that thing that's in their chest? Yeah, weird, right?
So you know about it too.
Yep.
So nobody is acting concerned about that at all.
I
huh?
mean, I've known about it for a while. I tried to talk to Floof in their head, and not the only voice there. And I thought I was the only one. So, yeah.
It's funny
What
that
was-
quartz looked like one of those glowy bastards that kept zapping me when we fought that hag.
What was
Baka
the other
will go over
voice?
and sit next to the sleeping bag.
You would know what a will-o-wisp is, Calder.
Oh,
You know that they are often found out in the woods, like the deep woods. They are known for... actually, why don't you... Here, let me pull up the page and...
see if I can roll for it.
Yeah. What? I gotta find the right window. Yeah,
Do
go
you
ahead and
ever-
roll Arcana.
How about that?
What'd you get?
Oof, the...
4.
Ooh.
4?
Bad.
So I guess all you really know about them is what they're called. They're called will-o-wisps. You know a couple different rumors about them. Some people say they're just nature spirits. Some people say they're evil. But they often appear deep in the woods or swamps, isolated locations in nature. That's really all you know about them.
How'd you know?
What did you roll?
14.
14. So, why can't I find a more inclusive description? Alright, so will-o-wisps appear to be nothing more than a hazy ball of light colored white, blue, violet, green, or yellow, glowing as brightly as a flaming torch. As such, it is easy to mistake one for a lantern, torch, or dancing lights, especially when the foggy marshes they tend to inhabit. See.
Dancing lights.
Yeah, they tend to take on blue, violet, or pale green hue whenever they are engaged in combat. So these creatures have an exceptional level of intelligence. They have been known for luring travels away from safe paths and getting them lost in the woods. So they're kind of... you know that for the most part, they would be chaotic evil creatures. You know that they subsist on powerful emotions. So that would be how they would feed, is they would lure people off the path, causing fear and anxiety. And then they would feed on that. But there have been will-o-wisps known to feed on other emotions such as joy and happiness and love. Not all of them are chaotic evil. It's just the majority of them are.
Mama told stories about the will-o'-the-wisps, little haints that feed on strong emotions. Not all of them aren't. It ain't beyond all of them to cause said strong emotions.
Baka will put her hand on the sleeping floof through the sleeping bag. Just kind of pet them gently.
So
There
after,
have been sleep noise.
so after hearing, knowing that they're will-o'-wisps, Monty, can you roll a history check?
Sure.
Seeing if you've heard of anything kind of like this.
Damn.
So, back when you were down south, you have heard of stories about creatures or people, people getting lost or something and becoming in very dangerous situations. And and bonding with will-o-wisps due to heightened levels of emotion. And you've heard of these kind of symbiotic relationships kind of happening sometimes in order for survival. Knowing that this is a will-o-wisp, seeing how it kind of inhabits Floof, you can, perhaps there's some merit to these stories.
There was a boy in our village who had something similar happen. Got lost off in the woods and was in a dire strait and came back with one of those things attached to him. Or at least that's what my mom said. Took care of him when he was young. Said it was like something to do with the symbolic relationship. Kind of like I don't know, using a leech to get poison out or something like that. That's how she explained it. That the leech sticks around.
Baka kind of curls her nose up a little bit at the description of it being like a leech. And kind of like puts a hand on Floof as they are dreaming and snoring heavily under the sleeping bag. Well, you know that that Floof is the only one of their kind. When I found them, they were scared and starving and a little charred and entirely alone.
Well, not entirely, obviously, because the thing in
Get a growl off of Vodka. If it feeds on strong emotion, what greater emotion is there than grieving one's family?
But would it just feed off of just Floof's emotions or the emotions of those around them, Speaker?
So Monty, kind of part of that story is, you know that the will-o-wisp would also have to be in great peril. Like, they would use each other to survive.
he says that in a quirky and southern way.
When he says that too, Vodka kind of goes back to remembering the kobolds that they kicked out of the cave, session 1. This winter has put all manner of creatures in peril. We cannot blame it for needing a friend too.
I mean, for all we know, that thing's home was the same as Floop's.
Doesn't appear to do them any harm.
You'll see when a forest fire catches predator and prey alike running side by side just to get away from the fire.
I suppose for now, as long as it doesn't seem to cause harm, we have more immediate concerns
Aye.
for now. Tink, 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 tink. I'll
Alright.
eventually wander off to bed.
As well, Vodka.
Calder will journal his dream quick and then probably hit the hay too. Actually, are we... So since Calder knows that this is a direwolf den, do you think we should probably... It'd be wise of us to do a watch then?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea, but
Just
I was
have-
just gonna,
yeah.
I was just gonna hand wave it till morning. Like, I assume you guys take the proper precautions.
Yeah.
We set a
And-
watch. We do the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night
We are
passes.
the watch.
We are the
Um,
watch.
Like
We
the
are
cave
Bird
you're in
Squad.
is not directly connected to the cave where the direwolf is. Like it's fine. But yeah. So you guys go to sleep. You set up your watch. The night goes without any incident. As you wake up the next morning and gather your things and head out to the mouth of the cave, you can see the temperature has risen significantly. It's now only 10 below. There's no wind, but there is light snow coming down.
It's much better.
Okay. This is good.
Aye.
When you think of it in a temperature perspective, it's like going from the dead of winter to summer immediately, like
North
overnight.
Iowa.
I mean, yeah.
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 I think there's been 70 degree shifts in temperature in Iowa within a couple of days.
Yeah, there has been.
Yeah, there has been.
This year it was wild. Up here too. Anyway. Well, yeah, the weather's just been real
You know,
real
if it,
weird
weren't,
lately.
if it weren't for the wind.
Monty joins
Oh
Chaltari
Oh my God,
looking
I
up
hate
at the
that.
sky, but he's looking for chemtrails.
God.
Mm.
Fucking libertarian loon.
I hate you.
So,
I will cut you.
let's see.
So we
leave.
collected the patches from the fishermen's.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
collect the
right?
patches from the fishermen. You get into their dinghies, that are still there, and you make your way back to East Haven.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're able to paddle for a little ways until you get closer to like the docks of East Haven, which are mostly frozen over. And then you drag the dinghies back in. It is early morning when you arrive. There are some guards out on the docks, but most people really haven't gone out yet. Yeah, you see it's your good old friend Laramie, and he says, "Oh, how are you now?"
Oh, good, and you?
"Oh, not so bad."
Hello.
"Oh, hello
Hello.
there, Floof. How
Oh,
are you now?"
how are you now?
"How are you now?"
Oh no, a feedback loop.
How are you now?
How are you now? Seems to be getting frustrated.
I kind of
Me now.
lean down. I kind of lean down to Floof and just whisper, good, and you."
Oh, sounds good.
No, not so bad.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome there, Floof. Anyway, I see you dragging in some rowboats there. I don't remember you leaving with them.
No. Calder will pull out of his pack the 3 patches.
Also, remember they had
Fortunately-
that giant cauldron with them.
You do have
Yeah.
the cauldron with you.
Fortunately, it's not good news.
You see, kind of nods his head, kind of expecting this to be the news, but still not, happy to hear it. He just kind of nods. He says, "You'll probably want to talk to the captain about your
Aye.
reward. And I'm sure they're going to want to know everything that happened out there."
Yes, and I'm sure he'll be very excited to see us. That was sarcasm, Laramie. I don't think he's going to be.
I'm not very good at the sarcasm there, Mr. Shaltari.
No, that's why I disclaim it.
Thank you
But
for
it is
you
good.
for doing that for me. I didn't want to appear to be a fool.
No, no, and you aren't. We're actually very happy to see you. You are a friendly face amongst not many.
Well, you follow me. I'll take you right to the captain.
Vodka will sling the cauldron behind her.
Yeah, I just imagine Vodka like one-handed, just over the shoulder.
Cauldron.
Like,
All right.
I also
So-
revel in any stares that we get for hauling a cauldron into the captain's quarters.
Oh, and Floof's face. With the brand new scar.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Forgot about
Yep.
that. Laramie would kind of look down and like try not to draw attention to it, you know, just being polite and all. But he's ooh,
Yeah.
don't want to say nothing. Don't want to make you feel self-conscious or anything.
It was a rough go.
Point of order, Monty is a dwarf again.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your dwarf
Who?
name again? I can never remember.
Grisk.
Grisk. All right. Where's my notes on East Haven? The speaker. And the captain. There he is. All right. So Laramie will take you guys back to the town hall, which you are pretty familiar with, at least the front room at this point. And he brings you through that door into the clerk's office where you filed the criminal report on Monty. And he actually continues to walk past into that back room that you were trying to get into before, kind of leading you along the way. And that's East Haven. I have so many windows open, guys.
That's why your internet keeps dropping.
Yeah, right. I need a third monitor. I really do.
Housewarming gift is the cheapest third monitor we can find.
Maybe
Kidding,
someday.
just kidding.
All right. So as you pass through that clerk's office into the room beyond, there are low burning lanterns cast a gentle glow upon a tall black object in the center of the room. Although one could easily mistake it for a statue, the object is actually a figurehead of a ship that is carved in the likeness of a winged demon. The demon-shaped
no.
figurehead stands 8 feet tall. Shards of wood jut out from the demon's back at the point where the figurehead was once attached to the hull of a ship. As you walk through, you see there's a couple of guards in here, and you guys are heading past it to like the north. So you entered in like at the south. You guys are headed to the north. And this room, it's 2 stories tall. You can see that there is a balcony above on the south side of the room, but it's 2 stories tall, and this figurehead definitely stands tall in this room. But all of you see lashed to the front of the figurehead with rope is a scrawny woman who is dripping wet with long hair covering her face.
Is she dead?
She's only there for a handful of seconds before she disappears.
Oh.
Oh! I just point. Oh!
Laramie? What
Oh,
in the hells was that?
As you're pointing at the figurehead, he's like, "Oh yeah, we some people dragged that in out from the lake not too long ago. It's been here for maybe a 10-day or so. Yeah, I don't know much about it. Just kind of been sitting there. Speaker and captain, been keeping a close eye on it. Make sure nobody gets back here, do nothing to it. And like I keep saying, I don't know what you're so worried about. The gosh darn thing weighs a ton. There's no way anybody's going to take it out of here. But, nobody ever listened to old Laramie, so.
Scramble over and start looking around for this mysterious figure.
Right. I meant the thing that was lashed around it. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna have to admit to you there, Sheltari, I don't quite follow the trail that you're leading. Nope, not one bit.
Well, that's okay. It's just an old sailor's story. I was just curious. Never you mind.
I'm not. Nope, I haven't heard of that one. No, I have a handout here of the artwork. If I can find it. Don't mind me just mumbling to myself.
Oh, think you know.
Think I do anyway. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Waiting for this handout, I guess.
Oh, okay. If you guys could
Monster's
fill
gonna
in
try
time.
into Chaltari's head, just be like, tell from his expression that probably relegated to just us seeing it.
Yeah, I gathered as much.
Like it's got anything to do with a certain halfling puppet show we saw?
I was thinking. Did it look like the white lady that we saw?
So you didn't see the white lady. You just saw Ronaldo possessed.
Oh, you're right. I thought, well, like the spirit that like came out and like.
You didn't really see
No.
the spirit
we
come
didn't
out.
see anything.
Yeah.
We
His
didn't
eyes
see it,
went
though.
like blue, and he spoke.
Yeah. Okay.
Halfling
A
puppet
spoopy
show.
voice.
My guess is that was her. And this is what remains of the ship. Why was she lashed to the front of it?
Yeah, that's weird. By the way, I know where her treasure is, but we should talk about that later.
I can't seem to find the handout in Roll20, so maybe I'll just show you what it looks like in the book.
Oh, it's all right, no trouble.
Let me just watch out, do just the slow turn.
See that?
What?
Oh, that's metal.
Ooh. Okay.
I like it.
What?
Enhance. Enhance.
What is it made of?
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
I was
So
going
you
to do
s-
the fake typing for the enhance and almost closed out of roll time.
yeah. So
I guess while we're waiting for the captain to show up, does Larry stick around or just
yeah, no, Laramie's like hanging out there with like he went back to go get somebody, and you guys are just it's just you guys standing out here with this statue.
Okay. What's it
And just
made
like
of?
he said, wait here, I'm gonna go check and see if the captain and the speaker are busy or they can talk to you. What is it made out of?
Yeah, what is it made of?
Roll a nature check. And roll it with advantage.
Why?
Actually, Sheltari, you don't have to roll. You know exactly what it is. You know exactly what it is because you have a piece of it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Spooky quartz.
Exact. That is what it's called, spooky quartz.
That is the
I do.
What is made
geological
of
name.
spooky quartz?
When I try,
Figurehead.
Wow.
Doesn't seem practical to me.
big.
Maybe
Old,
that's
it's
why the ship sank.
spooky quartz.
oh, this is interesting because I find that because I do attempt to kind of like take a piece, like break a piece of it off, but
You
am I
know
able
that
to
this
do
is
so?
really hard to break.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this
I've
is an
never.
incredibly hard substance to break.
Yeah.
What it's called is Chardolin.
Oh, I know the name.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is it a substance separate to obsidian, or is it kind of an equivalent?
So
Charles Hardalin.
I
What?
just gotta get there.
So the thing is you here, let's see. So you know it's the same substance that you have in that you've been carrying around with you for a while. I'm trying to decide.
Or like, ask later.
No, you would definitely. I'm just wanting to say because, like, if you rolled and all of a sudden you know what it is now, it'd be weird revelation for you to have in this moment of what this stuff is. So I'm gonna say that you've known what it is for a long time. You're just like not really sure what to do with that knowledge. But seeing an entire figurehead made of it, like that's crazy. So what happened here? Let's see if I can find the handout for what this is. All right. So more than 100 years ago, there was a wizard who found an artifact suffused with demonic magic called the Krenshiniban, better known as the Crystal Shard, and used it to erect a great black tower in the middle of Icewind Dale. When this tower was destroyed, the magic used to create it fused with the surrounding ice and formed into what is now known as the Shardolin, a non-magical crystalline substance as strong as metal, though considered considerably easier to work with than steel. In the years since, more deposits of Shardolin have been found across Icewind Dale. Like Crystal Shard, these deposits tend to be suffused with demonic magic. Prolonged contact with Shardolin that has been infused with demonic magic can warp a creature's mind, causing madness. It usually fades once the contact has been broken. It is cold to the touch and readily accepts magical enchantment, making it ideal for wands, staffs, and other magical items. A Shardolin object suffused with magic of the upper planes is considered consecrated, while a Shardolin object suffused with magic of the lower planes is considered desecrated. Long before Akar Kessel, the mage that created the tower, left his mark on Icewind Dale, Netherese wizards created their own Shardolin. Many items made of this dark-colored crystal can be found in the ruins and ancient Netherese enclaves.
And that was a lot. But have I, I suppose, of the several years I've been carrying this, have I been...
So, in the time that you've been carrying the shard that you have done several different things to it to try to determine if it's imbued with magic, none of which have been successful. You have not been able to figure out if it's desecrated or consecrated. You don't know if it has any magical abilities. And, I mean, you've been monitoring your own mental health because of it for a while, and you don't notice any negative effects on you.
Is there any piece missing from the statue?
Make an investigation check.
Somebody help me.
Good passive investigation?
I kind of just like take it out, like I reach down like under my, my shawl and like shirt, and I pull out the chain. I say, somebody look for where this might fit.
Okay.
Baka's like,
Investigation check then.
Yeah, and I'm going to use
For everyone
guidance for you.
watching, here's a really cool artwork of Shardolin.
So add a D4 to that, Calder.
23.
No, add a D4.
Oh, yeah, sorry. 20.
So looking over this figurehead, you do not see any imperfections. It is whole and complete.
Put it back. I put it back on. So everybody else saw that, right? Right. I wasn't the only one.
Yep.
What?
I see Floof has been like looking for what we saw, so
No.
confirms that.
Go
As you
that-
as you guys are kind of looking at the statue, trying to talk to each other about what you saw, Laramie comes back out from the hall and says, "Speaker and Captain are ready to see you whenever. I mean, well, now I suppose. Don't want to keep them waiting too long, but I mean, yeah. Not everybody's as patient as me. Okay."
You're a gem, Laramie.
Oh shucks.
All right, shall we then?
We go.
I want to try something. I'm not sure if I'll ever get another chance to look at this.
Baka is kind of gonna look over
Alright.
at Sheltari. Are you sure that's something you want to get so close to? And she grumbles.
But he steps closer. And I'm going to just quickly, because we don't have time, I'm going to quickly cast Detect Magic on the statue.
Okay. Let me see if that reveals anything.
I'll populate that.
Um.
I can hold that, and I'll hold that for the whole 10 minutes. Fuck it.
So do you touch it? Did you touch it? Did anybody touch it?
Oh, me.
I mean, I figure Calder would have investigating over it, trying to find perfections.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I
was
would have
touching
because
to look for the lady.
Alright, so
yeah,
everybody who's
I wish I touched the thing.
I wish everybody who has touched it, can you please make a charisma saving throw?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm already occupied, so
12.
my max occupancy is 1, 2. I can count.
Is it charisma or constitution?
Charisma.
Oh, I thought you said constitution. I was
shit.
confused where they were
Charisma
rolling.
save. Well, I mean, same thing. So
What?
All right. So Calder, I'm gonna send you a whisper.
Okay.
Everybody in the stream should be able to see this. So
oh, good.
Well, that's
Actually-
interesting.
let's see. How do I can't remember.
I won't look at the stream.
What is it? Is it /W or W /?
Backslash W.
W.
And then the name?
Yep.
And then it should drop down for you.
It's not dropping.
It's like
down.
backslash W space the name. Oh,
Oh, it's not
see
working.
that?
Trying smoking bones.
That work?
Nope.
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 Other way around.
It's
What?
backslash W. It's
/W.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I figured it out. I'm not bad at this.
That's mood. Sorry about the cat.
Well, no, this is interesting because whatever this is, I'm going to sense it in Calder. Unless I.
How would you
I was gonna say,
sense it?
Well, I mean, I assume if I have detect magic on, I can sense presence of magic within 30 feet of me. So
It's not magic.
what?
Yeah, it's a natural.
Yeah, it's just a natural
No, but it's not a magic spell. They're like, it's not
Doesn't-
caused by a magical effect, or like a spell. It's not caused by a spell, so I don't know how to.
It doesn't have to be. Or it
The
The
doesn't
only
have
thing that
to
you
be.
would be able to
It's
tell
really a
is
spell.
that the item is desecrated.
Okay. But Calder,
He's not under the effects of a magic spell.
hmm,
He's perfectly fine. He totally made his save.
Like he's not
Hmm.
like if you cast a spell magic on him, it's not going to do anything. So there's no magic detected on Calder, besides his everyday magic stuff.
balls. Well,
So what
fine to
happens?
me.
So yeah,
Oh.
so everybody who touched it, all that stuff, like Calder, what I whispered to you, that begins to sink in kind of slowly over the next few minutes. And it can like yeah. Let's see. As you guys are leaving to go back into the office to talk to the speaker and the captain, you see Shaltari quickly turns around and casts detect magic on the figurehead, and the only thing that you get that comes back is that it's been desecrated by some kind of magic from the lower planes. Beyond that, you can't really tell. And as you cast the spell, you see a flash again of the woman.
The fuck?
This time, she is not tied to the figurehead. So she's standing next to it, staring at you.
I like.
And it's just a flash. It's just like a momentary, like you see an image. As soon as you kind of recognize what it is, it's gone.
Did anyone else see that? Did I
The
see
only
that?
thing that you see on the floor where she was standing is a puddle of water.
Oh.
Did anybody else see that?
Everybody else is on their way to the captain's quarters. In fact, Laramie's like, you see Laramie actually walks up, he's standing next to you, he's like, just see a ring light, Travis.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, you see Laramie actually comes walking up behind you, he's like,
No,
are you coming there, Mr. Shaltari?
I just kind of wordlessly follow,
All right.
and to save the interruptions, yes, I am actively trying to perceive anything that is magical within the next 10 minutes.
Okay. So you guys walk into the speaker's office. There are tapestries and painted landscapes decorate this room, in the middle of which is a large table surrounded by high-backed wooden chairs. As you guys walk in, you see the speaker is already sitting at one, talking to the captain, who is kind of pacing at one end of the room. As you guys come in, you see he kind of turns to you, he waves to the chairs and asks you to sit. He says, Laramie has told me that you found the remains of the fisherman, as well as some other things.
Vaka will sit
Um,
down or set down the giant cauldron. You will let someone else explain it.
for stew.
Yes, I'm familiar with cooking ware.
Okay.
Yeah, oh shit, hold on. I have to do a different voice because I'm a dwarf. What we found of the fishermen was a sorry tale. It appeared that at least one of them had drowned when their boats capsized. We were able to recover the boats and find the cave that they had retreated to. It appears that those caves, amongst several other things, was the den of dire wolves. We've managed to recover their patches. Doesn't appear that there was a single survivor.
That's unfortunate. But it is good to know what their end was, and that they are not out there fighting to survive. I suppose you'd like to collect on the bounty then? The reward.
Is this the speaker or
This is
the
the-
captain?
This is the speaker.
Okay.
I only have so many voices in my toolbox.
Have you tried shitty pirate?
That
Alright, so anyway,
Yes, we'll take the bounty.
before Travis baited me into doing a Barbosa impression, yes, so, anyway, yeah, so, yeah. He kind of nods and stands up, and goes over to his desk, where he opens up, he pulls a key out and unlocks a drawer, and he pulls out a small leather pouch and sets it on the table in front of you. Inside, you will find 200 gold pieces. And this cauldron,
Found it in the caves. I assume we get.
Chris
Or
voice.
sorry. Found it in the caves. I assume we get. Crap, what's the word for it? Scavenging rights.
it's yours. I don't know what you want to brag about a cauldron for.
Oh, we're just carrying it around because we haven't returned. So.
Make
Oh,
stew.
yes, cauldrons often are used to make stew. Now, is there any other business that you have here, or?
oh,
He kind of looks over
not
you, he's
very
gonna
far.
he's just kind of looking over you in this cauldron that it looks nice. Why you would want
Ornate.
to recover a cauldron, though, is beyond him a little bit.
Do I see him questioning that?
Yeah, he's
For
kind of.
stew.
You see, we're looking to open an inn. Or, well, we have ownership of it in Lonelywood, a moose hole. And feeding patrons is quite
Gonna
necessary.
carry an entire cauldron all the way to Lonelywood. You don't have one already? You own an inn with no cauldron.
Vodka
It
has
was a
a moment
shithole,
of
but when we found
realization
it-
that perhaps Monty is going to expect them to carry this 50-pound cauldron around with them for the rest of their adventure. And we'll go. um, and she'll kind of like put her hand on the cauldron and look at the speaker. Before, we asked you about your sacrifices to the Frostmadien because there is little food. And she'll kind of like look around at the other party members.
Auntie's giving you the fuck are you doing? Look.
So, as you see this too, as you're like watching it, you see the face of the speaker is kind of like whatever. However, the captain got a nat 20 on their insight check. And you see he kind of stands up and walks over towards the door. What does that cauldron do? And this time, be
Monty
true about
gestures
it.
down to Floof.
Do.
It does what any cauldron does.
Do.
Make a deception check.
Oh.
Not
You.
being deceptive.
Anybody who's
Okay.
trying to deceive him and not tell him, because he saw through your bullshit. He knows his
Wow.
special cauldron.
Oh, does he?
I don't even know if a deception
Weird.
check would work. He already insight checked you. And he saw through your ruse.
Vodka will say
Saw
it
through
makes
who's
stew.
through.
Like,
Monty
this
is
cauldron
saying
can be
no
used
booze.
to feed many people on very little resources.
No. It does what any cauldron does. It's a typical cauldron. We're taking it back to our inn.
No.
Oh.
I don't think you
He
will.
rolled a nat 20 on his insight against Monty.
Well, Monty didn't get to deceive. I figured maybe I'd get a 20. I don't know.
I mean, my passive deception is a 16 anyway, so.
Yeah.
Monty's just gonna look at him and be like, look, you're gonna let us keep this, and you're gonna let us do whatever the hell we want around town. We saved those fishermen. And can I get a charisma saving throw?
Vodka's gonna look at Calder and be like, why are we, like, and a look of sheer confusion, like, why are we keeping the 50-pound cauldron that Vodka does not want to carry on across our adventures when people here could use it? I guess we probably should have talked about what we were going to do with the cauldron on our walk over here.
We did kind of say we were gonna, and then we definitely didn't.
I dropped a sorcery point to subtle cast it.
Okay. Yeah, he will fail. You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two. The magical influence of the creature. You can see within range. You hear the creature can't be charmed or immune to this effect. The suggestion must be
Oh, no. Robot.
Yeah, you kind of understood. So we don't know Monty cast spell.
I think it fell again.
hold on a second.
No.
The stream?
Oh,
No?
I may have. Nope, it's still on.
Okay.
You just have to refresh it.
Okay, I did.
So nobody knows Monty casts a spell. But I still have to detect magic.
Oh, well. So you know that a spell is suddenly cast?
Hold on. This man's a half elf.
I know that he is.
The half elves get
he's under the
advantage on
effect. Oh,
saves against charm
Ooh.
effects.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
do.
accessory.
Yes.
Yep, being charmed, and you can't be magically put to sleep.
So they get an advantage on the save, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is the moment.
Where we fucked up again.
Oh
Well,
no!
Well, now hold
Just
on
gotta
now.
Kill the guard
Well-
captain.
Well, now hold on.
He gets a
hold
10.
On.
Fuck this down.
He gets a 10. And on a failed, he pursues a course of action described to the best of his ability. And what did you say to him?
He's gonna let us take this, and he's gonna let us do whatever we want around town, out of
Y-
gratitude for saving the fishermen.
You see kind
Save
of
the fisherman.
yeah. So
Alright,
our
For whatever. For bringing back.
Sheltari,
News of the
you
fisherman.
detect the spell being cast, and you detect an aura of enchantment now on the captain. And he kind of steps aside and says, "You've got your reward. Why don't you be on your way?"
Okay.
And as you do that, you see the speaker he stands up abruptly, and he says, "I just want to know what it does. If it can help the town, I'll pay for it. I will."
Yeah, Vaka still has her hand on the cauldron and looks around her party members once again.
Monty and your.
Um,
Oh, does that take my concentration to do? Hold on. It does not. Monty will be like, look, what's this town done for us that hasn't been kicking dirt in our mouth? We really want to feed them so that they can then take one of those people and burn them every month?
What happened to his voice?
No, that was telepathically.
Oh, sorry.
How did you get in here? Oh shit! I'm really losing it.
Vaka will turn to the speaker, without having any type of other stuff going.
Quick pause.
And we'll ask the speaker
Just a really quick pause,
if
Joe.
you. What?
Just a really quick pause. I'm gonna jump back over to the main line.
Oh,
the internet.
robot voice.
Just give me just a second.
He's checking his internet.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
I think he's back now.
Are we still up? Okay, cool. I just switched back over to a stronger
It's
connection.
coming in and out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to switch back over to a stronger connection.
Yeah, Vaka will
And
look at
the
the speaker as he stands up and wants to know if this will help the town. And she'll still keep a hold of it and look again. Party members back at the speaker.
Okay. Are we good? Okay. I think we're good. I think stream's up. I think we're good. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
That this cauldron has the
Yes.
means to feed many people, to help stave off starvation and the bitterness that has been spread by the Frostmaiden. We could be inclined to leave it if there were no longer human sacrifices in this town.
But that depends on how much you care for your people, speaker.
And how much you're willing to pay.
I can give you 5 gems worth 500 gold pieces each. It'd take me a bit of
Okay.
time to get my affairs in order, but I could. I mean, well, first you said this. How many can this feed? What does it do?
And
At
Vaka will
least 2.
more than 2. And Vaka will hold on to
Then
the
2.
cauldron and will explain that it feeds.
You could
You
just
said
pour. If you just
120 people?
pour your canteen of water in it.
Yeah,
You
I'll
can just
pour some water in the
demonstrate it.
cauldron and I will stir it. And it will magically, after 1 minute, produce enough hearty stew to feed 120 people.
Yeah, you see it with that. Like the room fills with the smell of fresh stew, and you see the speaker's eyes kind of widen, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, five gems worth 500. I can have it to you by tomorrow evening."
Okay, thank you.
And the sacrifices?
Done. We'll find something else.
And
Sounds
Baka will
good.
look over at Shaltari and smile. You have yourself a deal.
He reaches out his hand to shake.
And Vodka will shake his hand.
If you'd like, you can. I'll leave the cauldron here in the downstairs, under guard, until I can get the payment in order. Would that be acceptable to you?
Vodka looks at her more charismally. Good friends. To see if that is agreeable.
I just kind of hold my hand. I just gesture to you.
Oh, make mine a diamond and it's a deal.
Vodka will roll her eyes.
Fish.
I can get a diamond. Yeah.
All right.
1 diamond for each of you.
And fish.
And we will buy fish.
Monty, in Flute's head, gems can be used as currency to buy more fish.
Monty, as you're in there, you hear that voice that's not Floof's again say, "Begone, intruder."
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Not to me.
Where would you
Not
like
to me.
us? Where would you like us to keep it?
We can keep it downstairs in the cellars. There's guards' quarters down there. We'll keep it there, under surveillance. And I will get the payment for you tomorrow evening. This will
Is
make
that
sure that East
as
Haven
a-
doesn't starve.
a player? As a player, is that where the statue is?
No, the statue is upstairs.
I should keep it upstairs, where you keep some other protected valuables.
I assure you, the cellar is the safest spot in the town hall, probably in the town.
Vodka will pick up the cauldron and walk towards the captain of the guard to place the cauldron in a safe place.
Yeah, the captain of the guard hollers for Laramie. And he says, "Laramie, take the Goliath here down to the cellars. Place the cauldron in the guard's chambers."
Vodka will follow him down there.
Yeah, Vaca, you follow Laramie down into the basement. It's just, so you actually walked past the steps down into the basement as you came into the speaker's office. So you just head down there. It's just a quick it's a quick left at the bottom of the steps, and you find a large room carved out of stone. The whole basement area is like carved out of the stone underneath the town hall. And yeah, he just has you place it up on a table in the guards' quarters.
Great.
Dupat.
And you go back
It's
upstairs
nice to know you.
to rejoin the yeah. So when you're downstairs though, you can see so you take a left towards the guards' quarters. Towards the right, you can see a hall full of like cellars, like jail cells.
Anybody in those, or are they empty?
Are there anybody in those?
To be honest, Vodka doesn't really care. That was just a question for me. Hopefully there's one that says reserved for
I don't think you
Montgomery
can
Elliott.
see in them. Each cell sports a locked iron door with a 5-inch square iron shuttered window built into it. So yeah, you can't see into the cells.
One says reserved for Elliot Montgomery. Scoundrel.
I don't
So
think he...
just
Scoundrel at
Vaca.
large.
Just Vaca went down with the captain, right?
Correct.
I'd like to turn back to the speaker. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Speaker, when you decided on the ways to pay your respects to Aurel, how did you decide which method to use?
I spoke with well, I, along with the guards captain, spoke with the what's his name? I'm trying to...
Shady fucking shit, I'm telling you.
The wet trout. Nemetra, the follower of Ariel, the one, the Dragonborn who owns.
Mm-hmm.
It was their suggestion, and we put it to a vote. And the town,
in...
the town of East Haven.
Hmm.
It was a decision made by the town at the suggestion of Nemetra.
Hmm.
But perhaps with the cauldron here now, the blessings that it will offer might warm the hearts of the town, and perhaps they will see that we don't need to do such harsh sacrifices to try to appease the Frostmaiden.
At that, my face goes from like this, calm, contemplative to just breaks out in like a warm, I guess, like grin, like a subtle smile, and then just nods at the speaker. That's all I needed to know. Also in his head, he just remembered that Vaca already shook hands, so
Okay.
nowhere else to go with this negotiation.
Yeah. I mean, Vaca will eventually come back up and rejoin you guys. Is that Bree?
Who the
No, it's
fuck?
Darren.
Oh, is it Taryn? I can't. Oh, I just saw.
You guys aren't seeing a drug deal on stream. Don't look.
Anyway. Yeah, so Vaca comes back up and rejoins you guys. And I'm guessing you guys head back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on our way back, Calder's gonna kind of nudge at Sheltari. And just under his breath. You know, they're all in it, right? The entire town. All of the 10 towns. You know what I mean?
They are all in what?
Cult.
And that's where we'll end our session.
What the fuck? Who the fuck are you in a cult?
Find out next time on Panic at the Dice Roll. Damn it, Curtis. But for real though, we should end the session there. It's a good place to end it.
Mm-hmm. Just so you know, Vodka is
Find out next time.
Vodka is feeling very pleased with herself, given the last interaction we had with the captain of the guard, and the speaker was "Stop the human sacrifices," and we had nothing to offer them, and now we are feeding people. Yay!
Yes.
Yeah, but we're
Barbarian
feeding
Goliath,
these
masters in
people.
negotiation.
Hey, Ronaldo deserves to
I planted the seed, and
be. Ronaldo and only Ronaldo.
Gonna do some quick math on how much 360 meals a day is worth to an inn
yeah,
for free.
yeah.
Trying to
It's
calculate how
Enhanced.
far.
Wow.
That
So Monty's the
it would take us to
horrible
walk that-
capitalist.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's
no.
literally
Vodka
free
really was like,
food
this
that you wanna
motherfucker is gonna
monetize.
think I'm gonna carry this cauldron to Goodmead, and while we hunt a murderer, and every other fucking side quest we get in. No, it's staying right here and it's feeding the people of East Haven.
And every other side.
No, I'm not
Laramie
against. I'm
is
not
the
against
only
it
good
staying
NPC.
here. Staying here, I think, is a good idea.
I
And we
agree.
just got
I was
2,500
gonna try and
pieces
get
of
us-
gold for it.
I know. I was gonna try
We
and get us
paid
3.
your debt. We're gonna pay Calder's debt. I'm gonna get my saddle back.
I was gonna try and do the thing,
Yes.
but I'm
Well,
good at
there's
one thing. I'm good at
goddamn
one
armor.
thing. I'm good at 2 things. I'm good at fucking getting knocked out and haggling prices.
And he gets up
Celadon
again.
in the chat like to say that Laramie is the only good NPC, and I would have to agree with that.
In all campaigns, yes.
Just because she doesn't know
Oh.
Bush Cassidy.
Aw.
Right.
Bush
Yeah,
Cassidy.
and
That-
Cora.
That episode
Cora.
is up.
And Cora, yeah. Okay.
That episode is up on our YouTube channel.
So I've been going back through
Well,
and
Butch Cassidy and
getting-
the Sunless Kids.
getting our backlog of sessions up onto YouTube.
Ones
I'll
that are
try to
slow
get
down.
caught up. It's the only problem is it takes. You know how long it takes to upload a 3-hour video into YouTube? Like,
On
Hey,
Mediacom internet.
it's not
you
so much
do
on
it
media
at
community.
night?
It's just a long time. No, because it depends on the YouTube servers. Like if I do it in the morning, it's right away. But I do it anytime after 3 p.m., it's gonna take like 7 hours.
Jesus.
So, yeah, I'm working on it. I'll hopefully get everything up till this point up by next.
Did we
session.
lose episode 6? Or
Episode 6. So yeah, I was uploading episode 6 and 7, and 6 was one that it was in uploading. I'll upload it. I still have it. I'm working on uploading it to YouTube.
So we have them all.
We have them all.
They're
I have them
safe
all.
and sound.
Sans one.
Yeah, except for the session 1, which didn't get recorded. Will only live in our memories. So anyway, yeah. If you are interested in watching older episodes, they will be on YouTube shortly.
We.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week. Happy summer solstice and Father's Day. Yeah.
I love you. Thanks.
Is it-
Bye.
Does it always fall on the summer solstice? Is it always the same day?
No, not
No.
always.
Weird.
But yeah, happy midsummer.
Yay.
Let's go sacrifice people.